Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, will you please shut up? That's what I thought. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Let's Go Sportsball podcast. I'm your host, Owen with Ron, and it's been so we have another special guest here.
We got Jasmine back again.
We got the dog, and she will not stop. She will not stop whining.
You're all right, sweet girl.
God, if I wanted to see this much whining, I'd go see an Ohio State fan after a Michigan game. But come on, that was good. Come on. So yeah, I mean it's been pretty eventful. Some good games all around. Tennessee finally beat Florida, so I was able to talk all the crap to my father. So yeah, so let's get started with some baseball.
Yep.
I don't have much.
I don't have very many commitments. Actually, I don't have any at all, as I'm trying to battle this dog right now. But she is doing very well. I do have a projected or a mock draft. Oh, and she's trying to get towards the microphone.
She has things she wants to say. But first of all, to get things started here, I do have a bit of an update on the Emmanuel Clase and.
Can I walk away from this before I lose it?
Oh. The dog or the situation?
No,
all right.
that.
So I have a bit of an update in the Clase and Ortiz situation. So Emmanuel Clase would allegedly call his gambling buddies during the middle of games to confirm his tasks. Federal prosecutors have alleged in an indictment that Emmanuel Clase used his phone in the clubhouse and dugout during MLB games to coordinate with bettors. Sometimes minutes before he pitched, the communications were intended to confirm the specific pitches he would throw as part of a scheme to rig the outcome of prop bets. So essentially he was just being like, hey guys, so I'm supposed to like not do good on this throw, right? Okay, good. So that is pretty damning. That is pretty damning. So I mean, I get why you're upset, Ron, but at the end of the day, I mean, they're doing this to themselves, so I can't feel too bad.
Nope, you're not going after my beer.
Jasmine, what are your views on this situation? What are your views?
She's just gonna look.
You heard it here, folks. They're going to prison.
Okay, but I do have, as part of the Perfect Games USA, I do have a mock draft that they came out with. So first overall pick in the MLB draft for 2026 would be the White Sox, and they would get Rock Chalowski. I think that's how you say it. Chalowski, a shortstop out of UCLA. Going second overall to the Minnesota Twins would be Grady Emerson, a shortstop out of Fort Worth Christian, Texas.
Wow.
So it would be a high schooler.
Wow. I didn't know the Twins were going to be picking that high.
Yeah, they haven't. They did. They had a great start, and then near the end of near the middle of the season, they kind of lost.
They just collapsed.
Yep. Number 3 is the Baltimore Orioles, and they would get AJ Garcia, an outfielder from Virginia. Shh. You're okay, sweetheart. Thank you. At number 4 would be the Atlanta Braves, Drew Burress, outfielder from Georgia Tech. Number 5 would be Pittsburgh, and they would get a left-handed pitcher, Gio Rojas.
At number 6,
hold on,
Tampa Bay Rays.
Can I say where he's from first?
I can do, okay.
Majorie Stoneman Douglas.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
Is where Gio Rojas is from.
Sorry.
And now number 6.
Sorry. So at number 6, for your Tampa Bay Rays, why do we have to pick so high?
She's trying to come help.
Okay. Jacob Lombard, a shortstop from Gulliver Schools in Florida. So a Florida man staying in Florida. Everyone loves it. Then at number 7, Austin LeBron.
Who's he? Oh my gosh.
LeBron James.
Austin LeBron or Justin?
Justin LeBron. Don't know why I said Austin.
Because you saw the A's.
I'm probably stupid. So Justin LeBron, shortstop from Alabama. At the 8th spot, that would be the Athletics picking him. At number 8, the St. Louis Cardinals would select Caden Sorrell. Or Sorrell, either or. Yeah. Some guy named Caden. An outfielder from Texas A&M. At the 9th spot, the Miami Marlins would select Derek Curiel, outfielder from LSU. Then at number 10, the Colorado Rockies, which I'm surprised they weren't picking first. The Rockies would select Sawyer Strasnider, outfielder from TCU. Oh, crap, there's more. If I had known that, I would have waited. Sorry.
It's perfectly fine, but those were the top 10.
Hey, to scritch the puppy.
At number 11 for the Washington Nationals, I almost said Washington Capitals.
Washington Capitals.
They would pick up right-handed pitcher Liam Peterson out of Florida. At number 12, going to the Los Angeles Angels
of Anaheim.
Cameron Flukie, a right-handed pitcher out of Coastal Carolina. As I get blinded.
Yes.
At number 13 for the Arizona Diamondbacks, shortstop Tyler Spangler out of De La Salle, California. At number 14 to the Texas Rangers would be Will Brick, a catcher from Christian Brothers in Tennessee.
How about that?
Shh. You're all right, sweet girl. At number 15 for San Francisco Giants, first baseman Ace Reese out of Mississippi State.
At number 16 for the Kansas City Royals, they would select Carson Bowman. All right, so the baby is gone, so we can focus on Sportsball. Carson Bowman, left-handed pitcher from Southside Christian Schools in South Carolina. At 17th spot, the Houston Astros would select Tyler Bell, shortstop from Kentucky. I didn't know Kentucky had talent. That's pretty cool, I guess. Anyway, so they'd select Tyler Bell, shortstop from Kentucky. Number 18 spot, the Cincinnati Reds would select Jackson Flora, right-handed pitcher from UC Santa Barbara. At the 19th spot, the Boston Red Sox would select Eric Becker, shortstop from Virginia. And at the 20th spot, the San Diego Padres would select Logan Schmidt, left-handed pitcher, Ganesha, California.
And the last few spots that we have right now,
I'll let you cover the rest of these.
Yeah. Is at 21, the Cleveland Indians would select Eric E.J. Booth Jr.
That's a name.
Yeah. An outfielder from Oak Grove, Mississippi. At 22, the Detroit Tigers would get Kevin Roberts Jr., an outfielder from Jackson Preparatory in Mississippi. At 23, the Chicago Cubs,
Your team,
would get Christopher Rembert, an outfielder out of Auburn. At 24, the Seattle Mariners would get Caden Wachter? I don't know how you say it.
Worcester sauce.
I don't even know. A right-handed pitcher out of Tampa, Jesuit, Florida. And last one that they have on here, 25, would be the Milwaukee Brewers. They would get Jensen Hirschhorn.
That's an epic name.
A right-handed pitcher out of Kingsburg, California.
Interesting picks. Now, so Ron, what are your thoughts on your selection for your team?
I mean, I understand why they're going for outfielder, but right now we need to get another relief pitcher that is actually going to be good.
Yeah.
So
I don't know about my team. I don't really know what the Rays necessarily need because, again, I'm still kind of fresh on baseball. I still need to actually learn about crap. So, but yeah. So I think interesting selections.
Oh yeah. First one that I have here for other news, the Red Sox have designated Nathaniel Lowe for assignment after they acquired infielder Trayson Gray from the Rays. But here's a couple of players.
I got one more thing.
Okay.
By the way, so the Philadelphia Phillies are reportedly trying to trade Nick Castellanos, but they have not yet found a suitor.
I don't know if they want to do that.
Yeah, I mean he's a damn good player, and I mean
Phillies need him.
Yeah, I guess I don't know, maybe they're embracing the tank, but who cares and who knows.
So MLB has announced that Tatsuya Imai has been posted. The negotiation window for Imai will begin at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This was 5 days ago, so the 18th. So it started on the 19th and ends on January 2nd at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But he's not the only one from Japan that has been posted. Katsuma Okamoto and Kona Takahashi have been posted as well. They started on the 20th. It starts at their negotiation window started at 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time on the 21st, and it will end on January 4th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So, with all of those Japanese players, I'd say, or with 3 of those Japanese players, the pitcher's probably going to go to Los Angeles Dodgers. There ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah, because like I've been saying, man, pretty much all of Asia is just is basically just an AHL team to them.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. In other news, the Pittsburgh Pirates are apparently in on Kyle Schwarber, a free agent out of Philadelphia. So that could probably help. They actually apparently Pittsburgh offered Josh Naylor at least $80 million before he re-signed with the Mariners. So that could help them. Because the Pirates are basically just Paul Skeens, and that's it. So
yeah.
If they got Schwarber, that could definitely help. I doubt that would get them to World Series status, but that could help them out in their endeavors.
Hopefully. For the New York Mets, Frankie Montas has been designated for assignment as well. So there's going to be quite a bit of players, I think, getting ready to be sent for assignment. But there's also qualifying offers that are going on. Brandon Woodruff from the Milwaukee Brewers, he is going to accept his $22.05 million qualifying offer. Gleyber Torres from the Detroit Tigers has accepted his $22.05 million qualifying offer. Same thing with Shoto Imanaga.
Shota. Imanaga. Yeah.
And then Trent Grisham is accepting his qualifying offer.
A lot of guys getting in on those.
I think that's... And then another... Nope. Here's some people who are going to become free agents, and they have rejected their qualifying offers. From the Chicago Cubs, you got Kyle Tucker. From the Philadelphia Phillies, it's Kyle Schwarber, like he was just saying. From the Toronto Blue Jays is Bo Bichette.
Ooh.
Some people are saying that he would be a good fit in Cleveland.
I could see that working out, because Cleveland could definitely use some help, in a lot of areas.
Oh, yeah. From the San Diego Padres, you got Dylan Cease. From the Houston Astros, you've got Framber Valdez. From the Philadelphia Phillies, you got Ranger Suarez. He sounds like a park ranger with his first name.
Imagine if Ranger started playing for the Rangers.
Oh, Lord.
You got Rangers. You got Ranger on the Rangers. Ranger.
Okay, hush. From the San Diego Padres, Michael King. From the Arizona Diamondbacks, Zach Gallen. From the New York Mets, Edwin Diaz.
Oh, wow.
All of those players have rejected their qualifying offers, and they are now officially free agents.
That's unbelievable, man.
Oh, yeah. There have been some signings. There have been some trades as well, which I will cover. However, there is a retirement. This is the first one for a while, I think.
Yeah. So,
Pitcher Eric? I was going to say, sorry.
Oh, no, you can.
We both were going to get
it. You got it.
Pitcher Eric Swanson has spent 7 MLB seasons. He is a former Blue Jays pitcher, and he is calling it a career after 7 seasons. He is 32 years old. He spent 3 seasons in Toronto from 2023 to 25.
He began his career with the Seattle Mariners back in the 2019 season, and then he played for them until 2022. Then he played for the Blue Jays in 2023, and then played for them until 2025. So he had a pretty solid career, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
It's a shame he couldn't get the ring, but there was also a trade recently between the Los Angeles Angels
Of Anaheim.
and the Baltimore Orioles. So the trade goes that the Angels of Anaheim get Grayson Rodriguez, and in exchange, the Orioles receive Taylor Ward. So interesting trade.
Might help them out just a little bit. This one, I don't know what they were doing in this, but
Here, you don't know what the Braves were doing. You don't know what the trash shows were doing.
The Braves.
Well, the Braves are kind of have like the combined IQ of like Skyline Chili. So
okay.
that joke doesn't really work as well since it's not the Reds. I tried.
Now, but the Atlanta Braves are receiving Mauricio Dubon, and the Houston Astros are receiving Nick Allen from the Braves. I think it would be but Dubon might help out with the Braves just a little bit, but I would have picked a different player to possibly send over there.
Probably. Speaking of the Atlanta Braves, they have signed Raisel Iglesias to a 1-year, $16 million deal.
Yeah. So it keeps him there, which is really good. I think he's going to help out the team. The catcher, James McCann, and the Diamondbacks are reportedly in an agreement on a 1-year contract. I have not seen anything as of recently for that, but Ardalis Garcia from the Texas Rangers is set to become a free agent per multiple reports. Rangers to non-tender Ardalis Garcia, and it will make him a free agent.
Ardalis Garcia, man, he was a great player. He was big money in their World Series run back in 2023. I mean,
Rangers are hurting themselves.
I mean, that game one.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he did a really good job.
He was a fantastic player. Speaking of the Rangers, Phil Maton, a right-handed pitcher who played for them, is now signing a 2-year deal with the Chicago Cubs with a 3rd-year club option per multiple reports. We do not have the monetary gain from this yet.
That's ridiculous. They non-tender a player, and then then the Cubs sign a former pitcher for them. They're just shooting themselves in the foot. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, it's like they won the World Series and their brains went.
Yeah.
As a Rays fan, I know that feeling. So let's get into some NBA. There's been a bit of stuff going on in basketball recently. So
yes. I do have some commitments, starting out with NCAA.
So just get us started here, Ron.
Babatunde Oladotunn.
Wow, you actually nailed that name.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Nice.
He is the number 8 ranked player in the SC Next Top 100 for the class of 2026. He has committed to Maryland.
Wow.
So
I didn't know Maryland had good athletics.
It's not really that good, honestly.
Yeah.
So
but, I mean, getting the number 8 prospects could definitely help them out.
Oh yeah.
So continuing onwards, LJ Smith, the number 10 ranked player in the SC Next 60 for the class of 2027, has committed to Ohio State. Wow.
OH, baby.
So how about that? That's He's a 5-star recruit, number 1 position, 4th in regional and 3rd in state, and he has a 93 scout rating, I think, is what I saw.
Yes, 93.
Yeah, and then come on, Ron, I need this. He's 6'4", 175 pounds, and hometown Lincolnton, North Carolina. And his position is as a shooting guard. I love how we gave this guy more attention just because he's going to be playing for this guy's team.
I was going to get the other one, but I forgot to skip over to the next page.
It's okay. Next time we see an Ohio State player, I'll let you cover him.
But no, I think this is the second player I think that Ohio State's basketball team has gotten that's been a 4-star or a 5-star, and for that to happen, I haven't seen that in a long time, but that tells you that Ohio State might be having a good basketball program coming up.
They can't keep getting away with it.
You never know.
Yeah.
So
I got to see if Ohio State, like, for their hockey team, does like the little
Oh, they do.
plant stickers
They
on
do.
their helmet?
They put-
Because I know Michigan does like the wings on there,
Yeah.
and I think that's pretty dope.
But they
And I mean, I know that
they do the Ohio State
Minnesota does like the gold. Congratulations, you beat Rutgers. So let's keep going with the NBA. So first off, some pretty big news coming out of the Charlotte Hornets, which is shocking because they're the Hornets and nobody gives a damn about them. LaMelo Ball has grown increasingly frustrated with the Hornets and is open to a trade. This is big.
Hold on. However, he did deny saying something about a trade.
Oh.
So he
okay,
did
so
come.
I'm just-
It
I'm
did
just
come out.
lying.
No, he is increasingly frustrated. However, he is not. He didn't say specifically that he was open to a trade. So
Yeah, but I mean, I don't blame him because I mean, the Hornets are. I mean, they're the Hornets. They suck. They don't do anything.
yeah.
So, and I mean, LaMelo Ball, he ain't a bad player. So.
I just seen a video or a little clip of the Hornets playing at one point, and he's coming down screaming for the ball like a little girl or a little kid. Like you just hear, bah, bah. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the NBA has issued a warning to Draymond Green for his face-to-face exchange with a fan who taunted him with Angel Reese chants last Sunday versus the Pelicans.
So if you don't understand, Angel Reese is a player in the WNBA, and she's kind of infamous for laying bricks a lot. Like, if you don't know, there are a lot of memes where, like, she throws the ball and she just keeps trying to throw her own rebounds and she can't do it. So, I mean, damn. I'm not going to say anything, but it's kind of funny. So,
It is.
yeah. In other news, the Lakers have assigned Bronny James to the South Bay Lakers, which is their G League team.
If you don't know what the G League is, it's basically the lower kind of minor league level of the NBA.
They have also assigned Adu Thero to South Bay as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to hurt them a little bit.
The powers of nepotism. I'm kidding. Bronny hasn't been terrible. He's been a pretty good player.
He hasn't. So that happened, and then just a few days later, the Lakers are terminating executives Joey
I
and
heard about
Jesse
this.
Buss from their respective front office positions effective immediately. So this happened 3 days ago, so on the 20th. The brothers have held key Lakers scouting roles for the last decade, and they will maintain their minority ownership shares with the Lakers. So basically, they're almost down to that point where they have almost no
association with them.
I would almost say no association or no power in certain
Yeah.
things of trying to get players now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard why this happened. I've been hearing rumors that it is, that it could be connected to the, Terry Rozier gambling scandal that happened a while ago. So, I'm not saying anything, but that's something that I have heard. But, I'm sure that's not why. I'm sure there's a different reason, but we'll have to see.
Oh yeah.
We'll try to keep y'all updated on that. In other news, San Antonio star Victor Wembanyama, who's been balling out this season, has a left calf strain and is expected to be sidelined for a few weeks, sources tell ESPN. So,
That'll be fun.
ouch. But yeah, I mean, it's just a few weeks, so he should be back soon, and the Spurs are gonna need him because, I mean, they aren't really great. I mean, they aren't like, bottom of the barrel trash like other franchises. So,
Yeah. Excuse me. The Los Angeles Clippers forward Derrick Jones Jr. sustained a sprained MCL in his right knee, and he will be reevaluated in 6 weeks. He was averaging a career high 10.9 points per game prior to the injury last Sunday in Boston. So, I think that's going to hurt them a little bit.
Yeah. In other news, Denver Nuggets forward Aaron Gordon has sustained a grade 2 right hamstring strain and will be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks. So, ow.
Yeah. I feel bad for San Antonio because it just kind of keeps piling on to them.
Yeah.
San Antonio Spurs guard Stephon Castle has a left hip flexor strain, and he will be reevaluated in 1 to 2 weeks. So, could happen here this week or it could happen next week when we get that. And some other news, the Indiana Pacers are planning to waive guard Monte Morris and sign forward Jeremiah Robinson Earl to a standard non-guaranteed deal. Jeremiah Robinson Earl has averaged 5.2 points and 6.2 rebounds over 2 10-day hardship deals. So that'll be...
Another thing is that there have been some rumors going around about Anthony Davis probably being sent packing by the Dallas Mavericks.
Should have done that ahead of time.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said last time, I do genuinely feel kind of bad because I mean he shouldn't have been traded like for that, like just to be like the one, just to be like the tiny piece given for Luka. And I mean, and I'll be honest, like. And again, he's not a bad player. It's just he's kind of everybody's laughing at the sad clown. So, recently I saw this thing online where it was 5 of the best potential landing spots for him. So at number 5 were the Chicago Bulls. Number 4 were the Philadelphia 76ers, because God knows they love picking up old guys. The third team would be the Miami Heat, which... That's kind of interesting in my opinion.
Yeah.
The second team are the Portland Trailblazers. And at number 1, the Toronto Raptors. So those are some I'd say those are some interesting places. Ron, where do you out of those 5 teams, where do you think he could end up?
I'd say he probably goes to Portland or Toronto because I think Toronto has a little bit better.
Return of the Pupper.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get her to sleep, maybe. But I think Toronto is more of where he wants to go, like a championship, so cute. Like a little bit of a championship contender team. Toronto's kind of getting there, I think. Toronto is getting there. They are getting there. They just need to get a lot better players. They can always be a championship contender.
Yeah.
Because look at the Cleveland Cavaliers about a couple years back. After they lost LeBron, they were never thought to be championship contenders. And look at how many times they've made it to the playoffs since then.
Yeah, and I mean, last year they were one of the best teams in the NBA, and don't remind me how it went in the playoffs. But I mean they
got screwed over.
But I mean, there's some very solid. I mean, we still have guys like Mobley and Garland and Mitchell and Allen and Max Strus and all them.
Oh yeah.
Maybe if I get a throwback, I should probably get Strus. Just Strus is sick.
Maybe.
But yeah, so I've also been hearing trade rumors go around about Mr. Fine in the West himself, Ja Morant.
Mm-hmm.
So Ja Morant, he's been having a terrible season this year. I mean the Grizzlies already are kind of a mid franchise. Let's be honest, and let me check the standings. Real quick, no, quit trying to get me to buy things, NBA. I don't want to buy things. Leave me alone, please. And currently, the Memphis Grizzlies are 10th in the West. So, Ron, here's my big question: are they still fine in the West or no?
Yeah, they'll get there. Maybe.
You're supposed to say no. That's part of the joke. You're failing me. But yeah. So there's and according to an anonymous Western Conference scout, this scout says, I do think they'll move him, which could be pretty big because, I mean, second overall pick in the 2019 draft, and Morant has been great, but, a lot of the problems with him have been with his behavior off the court. Because, I mean, we saw it in 2023 where, he was trying too much to act like a gangster, and, he was flashing firearms on Instagram, threatening shoe salesmen and stuff like that. And of course, just that whole Grizzlies team was such a They were.
At least they don't have
trash.
Brooks anymore.
Yeah,
Brooks
but-
really screwed him over.
Yeah, especially when he punched LeBron James in the
In the nether regions. Let's just say it that way. In the nether regions.
let's just say got him right on the court. So I mean there's a lot of talk about John Morant leaving, and honestly, I don't know if that would be the right move because I mean, yes, he's bad, but I mean, I don't know if they should move from him yet, but we'll have to see. So
if he's not producing, then yes, they should.
Yeah.
Staying in the West, but this time going to Anthony Davis's teammate.
a team that's also not fine in the West.
The Dallas Mavericks guard Dante Exum will undergo season-ending knee surgery, so he is out for the rest of the season.
When knee surgery is tomorrow. Oh God. Oh, why did I say that? I can't be doing brain rot on the podcast.
Sacramento Kings star center DeMontis Sabonis has suffered a partially torn meniscus, in his left knee and will be reevaluated in 3 to 4 weeks. So he is expected to miss at least a month. At least a month. Sticking with the Clippers, his teammate.
The Los Angeles Clippers have applied for a disabled player exception due to losing Bradley Beal for the season with a hip injury. The DPE would be for around $2.7 million, half of Beal's salary.
So I think that's a good move by them, especially
Yeah.
after what I just said about Sabonis, about other stuff going on. They've got other injuries that are in there. However, the NBA Cup is going on.
Yep.
And of course, the NBA Cup will resume on Tuesday, November 25th. So coming up this Tuesday, this is. So the fun part is, here's the standings. So first starting off in the West, in the West A group, OKC holds it with 2 wins, 0 losses. They have a plus 63 difference. Plus 63 difference, and points total they have is 276. Phoenix Suns 2-0, plus 23 difference, 232 points total. Minnesota Wolves 2-1, plus 53 difference, 370 points total. Sacramento Kings, this is where it sucks. 0-2, minus 45 difference, 211 points. Utah Jazz 0-3, minus 94 difference, and 305 points total. They are eliminated from the cup.
You suck!
In the West B category, I'll let you take over on this one.
In the West B category, the Lakers are 2-0 with a plus 19 difference and 235 points total. The Los Angeles Clippers, not of Anaheim, are 2-0 with a plus 2 difference, 240 points total. The Memphis Grizzlies are 1-1, plus 9 difference with 230 points total. Then the Dallas Mavericks are 1-2 with a negative 11 difference and 336 points total. And the New Orleans Pelicans are 0-3 with a negative 19 and a 343 point total, and they are eliminated. You suck!
They're eliminated from the cup as well. In the West C group, Portland leads it. Well, Portland starts off 2-1, minus 18 difference, 352 points. Minus 18 difference and 352 points.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The Denver Nuggets are next, 2-1, plus 26 difference, 348 points total. San Antonio Spurs, 1-1, plus 10 difference, and 229 points total. Houston Rockets, 1-2, plus 10 difference, and 359 points total. The Golden State Warriors, oh lordy, they've not been doing good. They're 1-2, minus 28 point difference, and 336 points total.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Eastern group, the East group, starting off with East A. Owen?
East A, the Toronto Raptors are 3-0 with a plus 53 difference and 361 points total, and so they have clinched.
They have clinched.
And then second team are your Cleveland Cavaliers. What up?
Let's go.
They're 2-1 with a plus 33 difference and 369 points total. The Atlanta Hawks are 1-1. There's a fly in here. With a plus 8 difference and a 225 points total. The Indiana Pacers are 0-2 and have a negative 31 difference and 217 points total. So they are eliminated. You suck.
Here's the funny part. This next team is not eliminated.
The Washington Wizards, don't know how, are 0-2 with a negative 63 difference and 225 points total, and they're somehow not eliminated. I guess they are just laughing at the Halaban.
I mean,
that's been a meme.
There's even one team that has less points than they do.
Yeah.
And they're not eliminated. In the East B, the Detroit Pistons are 2-0 plus 27 difference and 239 points total. The Orlando Magic are 2-0 plus 20 difference and 228 points total. Next is Brooklyn Nets. They are 1-2 minus 17 difference and 318 points total. Next is the Boston Celtics, 1-2 minus 20 difference and 324 points total. And last, the 76ers, 0-2 minus 10 difference and 213 points total. And they're not eliminated.
I guess this is just giant. This is all just a giant punishment.
Who knows? And in the East C.
And in the East C, so this is the last thing we have for the NBA. So the Milwaukee Bucks are 2-0 with a plus 16 difference, 225 points total.
255 points
255. I'm stupid. I can't read, and I need glasses. Again.
Obviously.
I used to wear glasses, and I look like a nerd. Miami Heat are 2-1 with a plus 46 difference and 401 points total. They have all the points, because, wait. Yeah, it seems like that's the highest number we've had, I think.
Yeah.
Damn. What Jimmy Buckets does to a man. Then the New York Knicks.
He's on the Warriors.
Damn it, I forgot. Well, having no Jimmy Buckets. We're having Tyler Hero.
There you go.
Yeah, that guy. I forgot. I almost forgot about the great curse of Jimmy Butler. We're not allowed to say his name still, right?
Just move on.
Anyway, the New York Knicks are 1-1 with a negative 2. Okay. Difference. And 265 points total. The Chicago Bulls are 1-2 with a negative 42 and a 352 points total. And Charlotte Hornets 0-2, negative 18, 237 points total. God, that is annoying to say over and over again.
Yes.
So let's move on. Oh, wait, no, we have one more thing for the NBA. I almost forgot.
I was going to say, so we may have covered that early on, before the season started, the CP3, Chris Paul, may have talked about retiring at the end of the season. He said he at least has one more season, is what he said originally. But he has officially announced that he is retiring this season, his 21st season in the NBA, and he announced that on social media. Paul is a 12-time All-Star, an 11-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Defense, and a 2006 Rookie of the Year.
That's when I was born.
I was barely.
God. Old ass.
How do you think that makes me feel? I was basically 7 years old.
Okay, Grandpa. So, yeah, I mean, it sucks that he hasn't won a championship, but what a career for
CP3.
For CP3. I mean, he was such an amazing player, and the NBA will never be the same without him. So, moving on to hockey.
Yes.
The stuff. The good stuff. I got a lot, so
one thing that I want to point out. One thing I want to point out, this happened over in the the OHL, excuse me.
Which is a minor league team that essentially it's kind of like the NCAA to football, where most NHL players usually come from there.
Yep.
Like, if you're Canadian or American or you move here. But, players could still come from the NCAA or other leagues. It's just a little more rare. But, yeah, that's where, voice crack, where most players come from.
Yes.
So,
But Luke Dragusha, I think that's it, of the Brampton Steelheads, has been suspended for the remainder of the season and playoffs for a slashing incident. Where he, in my opinion, after watching, he did get a match penalty for slashing for that incident.
He did, yeah.
So that
was bad. So that was a disgusting move.
But I've seen it before where people, like, you go back to who was that? That slashed the guy in the head and
Martin McSorley slashed Donald Brashear in the head and pretty much screwed his career.
I mean, yes, screwed his career. He was arrested, all that kind of stuff. Of course, that was major, but he is not allowed back into the NHL, as far as I'm concerned, right?
McSorley?
Yeah.
The guy retired in like the 90s, and I think he was back like a little while, like, after that incident. But he's been retired for a long time.
But still, I'm in my opinion, and I told him this because I sent it to him because I wanted to see his opinion. But I said I told him I am surprised that he is not banned from the OHL in general.
Yeah, it's Bush League. It is absolutely a Bush League move, and that can and we've seen how that can really mess people up. You could really screw somebody's life up if you do that. So I'm surprised, but
possibly screw your own life up. I mean,
literally
prison. The guy got. I was gonna say, McSorley literally was given prison time, basically, or he was threatened with prison time.
Yeah.
So, but it's just crazy. But one thing that I like. This guy is a former Columbus Blue Jackets player. He's also a former Florida Panther.
No, he's still with the Panthers.
He's still with the Panthers and a former Philadelphia Flyers.
Yep.
Sergei Bobrovsky.
Yep.
I know how to say that.
Officer Bob.
He has moved into sole position of 9th place on the all-time goalie wins. He won 42 with the Philadelphia Flyers, 213 with your Columbus Blue Jackets. And he is so far...
I didn't know they could win, too. I'm kidding. Ow. I'm kidding.
But I think he does have more with the Florida Panthers right now. At the time when I got this, which was about last week, he has 183 wins with the Florida Panthers.
Yep.
So for him to move in 9th all-time goalie wins...
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. I mean, Bob, he's been a fantastic goaltender. I mean, he's obviously a huge piece to the Blue Jackets being relevant for once, and then being a huge piece in the Panthers winning back-to-back Stanley Cup championships and with their President's Trophy.
Yep.
So, continuing onwards, there have been a lot of food-related injuries recently, which is kind of funny. So first we had Jack Hughes cutting his hand on a steak.
I don't know how.
I mean, cutting his hand, like, he was probably cutting it this way, and then it might have, sheathed it right in his hand, but whatever. But not only that, but now we have Eetu Luostarinen, a forward for the Florida Panthers, will miss the next few weeks after burning himself in a barbecuing incident. How? I can kind of guess how, but, bro... Hockey players just need to not eat. I'm just saying. They should just stop eating so that they can stop getting hurt.
Start using butter knives.
Or maybe Okay, don't use butter knives on steak. Have you tried to use butter knives on steak? Have you tried to use butter knives on steak?
No, nor do I want to.
Good. Don't do that. And hey, you know what? If you're somebody that doesn't use butter knives on steak, then why don't you like and subscribe? Because that means you're intelligent. So.
Here, are you sure you got a brain up there?
Who is it? Did somebody get the door? Ron, get the door. Somebody's... Yeah, come on, man. Hurry up and get the door. They keep knocking. So. Look at us. We just... One brain cell.
Yeah.
Can I borrow the brain cell this week?
No.
Oh.
The Calgary Flames have claimed John Beecher?
Who?
John Beecher?
Who this is?
Beecher.
Beecher, probably.
Whatever.
So.
Off waivers from the Boston Bruins. So he was released from Boston. Or he was waived from Boston, and now he's been claimed by the Calgary Flames.
I mean, hey, you know what? They suck, so, you know. Anyway, so, in other news, Victor Hedman, star defenseman and captain for your Tampa Bay Lightning, is set to miss a few more weeks due to an undisclosed injury. Damn it. So, yeah, that's
You weren't thinking what that story was.
Him and Matt... What?
You didn't know where that was going, did you?
No, I did. I'm just sad. Him and Ryan McDonough are unfortunately both injured, so we are without our top D-men. But, I mean, we have... Some of our defense is good. I mean, not Lilleberg. Definitely not Lilleberg. But the Lightning have had a bit of a revelation with them, and Charles-Edouard Dastou. He has been a duh answer, and I saw him score his first goal ever in Nashville. So, you know, Charles Dastou, you are the greatest Lightning player of all time, and yeah.
So,
yeah.
From Winnipeg, the Winnipeg Jets have signed Adam Lowry to a 5-year, $25 million contract extension, or 5 years, $5 million AAV.
Yeah.
But I think this is they definitely needed him again.
Yeah, I mean, he's their captain. He brings a lot of leadership, and I mean, he may be a third line center, but I think he's a third line center, but I mean he's a good player. I've seen a lot of people say overpay, and I mean I do kind of get it because I mean he's not Kyle Connor. You know, he's not Connor, he's not Scheifele, he's not Hellebuck, he's not he's not, about that. And you know, but he's a solid player. He brings that leadership into the locker room, and of course he did score that iconic Game 7 winning goal back in last year's playoffs against St. Louis. So, and plus the salary cap's going up anyway, so, you know, so I think it's okay to try to throw a little more, you know, NFL money around. Continuing
NFL?
Yeah, because, you know, NFL players get paid like $100 million just because they look pretty, so, you know, that's what I mean. So, Ron, what else do you have for Winnipeg?
So the reason we were laughing is when I said Hellebuck. Is because Connor Hellebuck is out for 4 to 6 weeks for knee surgery. Poor guy. Hellebuck will undergo arthroscopic knee surgery and miss the 4 to 6 weeks. That is going to hurt Winnipeg quite a bit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he is the best goalie in the world, and that's coming from, you know, a Lightning fan. But I mean, he's a great goaltender, and they need him because I mean their backups aren't bad. But, like, you know, you still want the guy. You still want the guy in net. So, in other news, Quinn Hughes could be traded this season if the Canucks feel he won't commit long term. So,
really?
Honestly, I think he's leaving. I 110% think that he is going to be leaving Vancouver because, I mean, look at the Canucks. After their fluke playoff run in 2024, they have been on nothing but a downward trajectory to the point where they're basically hitting rock bottom soon. They suck. They absolutely suck. And I wouldn't be surprised if guys like Besser want to leave, if guys like Demko want to leave, if guys like Pettersson want to leave, and especially if Quinn Hughes wants to leave. I've already been seeing a lot of mock trades to him going to New Jersey. And I think that would be awesome, you know, getting the Hughes brothers together.
Oh,
that would be pretty cool, you know, because I don't know if there have been that many cases, but I mean that'd be pretty cool. So at the end of the day, I really do feel like the Canucks are just they're falling apart, they're busting at the seams here, and if something doesn't get fixed soon, then the city of Vancouver is gonna have another riot because let's be honest, those fans they're going through it. They're definitely going through it. Additionally, Alex Ovechkin, the Great Eight, has surpassed Joe Sakic for sole possession of 10th place in the NHL's all-time points list with 1,642 points.
Wow.
Still not getting anywhere close to the Great One, but that's a lot. And you know,
or anybody else that's above him?
Yeah, but who knows? Additionally, Connor Bedard, the first overall pick of the 2023 NHL draft, and basically the only player that mattered in that draft, according to literally everybody on the NHL. I'm kidding, of course, I'm kidding. has been named an alternate captain for the Chicago Blackhawks. I'm not surprised. I mean, great player. You know, he's getting wasted by the Blackhawks anyway, so might as well keep him around so that they can really kill him. I'm joking, of course.
Huh.
I'm not kidding. But yeah, so you know, I'm not surprised, I guess. You know, good player.
Yeah.
And you know, he's a younger guy, and getting some young leadership ain't a bad idea. And also, you know, with all the stuff about Jack Hughes and Eetu Luostarinen getting hurt because they try to make food, let's take a good look at some of the craziest NHL injuries that are not related to hockey. For example, Dustin Penner, former forward for the Anaheim Ducks and a few other teams, and also a Stanley Cup champion with the Los Angeles Kings, injured his back while leaning in to eat pancakes. Yeah. Also, Eric Johnson, a first overall pick from 2006, tore his ACL in a golf cart accident.
Okay. Yes, that sounds bad, but at the same time, you look back at it, it's
also,
like, yeah.
Darren Turcotte punctured his eardrum with a cotton swab one time.
How the hell do you... Okay.
I don't know, maybe he just went... Then Manny Fernandez, a former goaltender, hurt his neck while toweling himself off after a shower. How do you do that?
I don't know.
Unless you're going like really hard, then whatever. Larry Robinson, one of the best defensemen of all time and a several-time Cup champion with the Montreal Canadiens, injured his leg while riding a horse while playing polo. What are you? Oh crap, what's that guy's name?
I don't know.
I forgot. Who's that one king from like Spain or France or England or whatever that like killed...
Napoleon?
No, the guy who executed all his wives.
King? Crap. King Henry.
King Henry, yeah. What are you, King Henry? Not Derrick Henry? Are you King Henry falling off your horse and suddenly going crazy? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where his mental decline started. Then Marian Gaborik pulled his groin while playing hacky sack. I mean, if you're gonna hurt yourself playing hacky sack, you probably deserve it. Then John Van Beesbroek, I'm pretty sure he's like the one goaltender that played with like 2 blockers one time, but I don't remember. Cut his wrist open after sitting on a glass table and shattering it. Okay, you definitely deserve that, because why would you be sitting on a glass table, you idiot?
I think what they're meaning is like he put his arms down and shattered.
It said sitting on a glass table. I don't know how you can misconstrue that.
Okay.
But I don't know, that just reminds me of that scene from like Ted 2 where they're going to like that therapist or something.
Okay.
And then he puts his foot on the table and he breaks it and he goes, and that's our first impression. Also, Joe Sakic once broke 3 fingers while operating a snowblower. And Brian Leach broke his ankle while getting out of a taxi. At this point, all these people are just stupid. I mean, Joe Sakic, what did he do? Continuing on, just got a couple more things. Andrei Svechnikov, Mr. Svechnikov, is unhappy, and the Hurricanes feel he would be welcome to a trade. I mean, I don't blame him. The Hurricanes are not, they're definitely in the mid-tier, and they are constantly an underachiever in the postseason, so it is possible we could see Mr. Svechnikov go somewhere else. As long as you keep Jordan Martinook with him, we want the memes. Also, the Buffalo Sabres have placed Alexander Georgiev on unconditional waivers for contract termination. I don't blame him, because Georgiev sucks. Big time. So, let's get into football. Let's get some football.
Finally getting into football. First off, I'm going to cover a couple of big stories coming out of college football. First off, Dayton Raiola, the younger brother of current Nebraska quarterback Dylan Raiola, who committed back in September of 2024. The 2026 QB, Dayton Raiola, has decommitted from Nebraska. So now he has reopened his recruitment.
Wow.
Ooh, I would love to see him come to Ohio State, but he could go anywhere.
Here we go with Ohio State. All these shenanigans.
But we also have Julian Sayin and everybody else.
Is Julian Sayin a senior this year?
Redshirt. He's a redshirt sophomore.
Oh, wow, okay.
So he still has at least 2 or 3 more years.
Wow, so, hey, Ohio State keeps throwing out good
Well,
quarterbacks.
excuse me, 1 or 2 more years. And
Ohio
then we also
State
have...
throws out good quarterbacks. In other words, grass is... grass is still green.
For now. But
For now, you think it's going to change color?
when it turns winter, it gets brown.
Touche.
But there
Brown.
is a new number 1 in class of 2026. It is a 5-star Houston QB commit, Keyshawn Henderson.
Wow.
So he is the new number 1. He is committed to Houston. And I'm just going to rattle off the next 32 as fast, or the round
Let's do the top 10.
That's what I was going to say. Is round out the top 10. So number 2 is a Tennessee commit, a QB.
For your Tennessee Volunteers.
Thanks for interrupting.
You're welcome. I had to.
A QB from named Faison Brandon. Number 3 is a Georgia quarterback commit, Jared Curtis.
Why does Georgia have to get good stuff? Why can't they rot?
So number 4, LSU, an athlete, Lamar Brown. Number 5, a USC Southern Cal commit, offensive tackle, Kenyi Pepe. I think it's how you say his name. And number 6, the team up north,
Michigan
commit,
gets an edge rusher,
Carter Meadows. Number 7, a Miami Hurricanes commit, offensive tackle, Jackson Cantwell. At number 8, a Notre Dame commit, edge rusher, Rodney Dunham. At number 9, a Maryland commit, edge rusher, Zion Ile. And at number 10, a Tennessee commit, wide receiver, Tristan Keys.
Yep.
This is going to shake up a lot of stuff.
I mean, Tennessee, they got a bit... I mean, I got to be honest. Tennessee's got a bright future coming up. Because, I mean, like you said, they got Faison Brandon coming in as their quarterback, who's a 5-star commit.
First 5-star in a while.
And then Tristan Keys, wide receiver, is also a 5-star. I think this is great. And also, hold on, let me see. Okay, so then elite 5-star offensive tackle Gabriel Ascenda has also committed to the Tennessee Volunteers. He attends the Baylor School in Tennessee, and he's a top 5 offensive tackle in the nation. Has been committed since January. Also, 4-star defensive lineman Caden Fife has committed to Tennessee. The 6'5", 258-pound, sweet Jesus, defensive lineman from Somerville, Georgia, chose the Vols over Georgia Tech, Auburn, and Texas A&M. So
yeah. Let me also.
I am just, as a Vols fan, I'm very excited for the future because I mean, you know, we're getting some damn good players.
But Ohio State is also responding too.
It is possible we're back.
Y'all said that.
Let me have this, Ron. I am sad.
Y'all have said that how many times the last 25 years?
I just want to be happy.
Excuse me, nearly 30 years?
Hold on.
The tears of Volunteers fans.
Balls in tears. There's been that meme. I've seen that meme.
This one I think is the biggest one out of college football. I'm surprised. I would be surprised if he does go to this school. LSU is expected to make a $98 million offer to Lane Kiffin to go to LSU. It is a 7-year deal worth actually potentially more than $98 million from LSU. I honestly think, in my opinion, I would say he probably will accept it, but it would shock me. I do not think he needs to leave Ole Miss. He has brought Ole Miss. He has brought them to a level that they haven't seen in years, possibly decades.
Yeah, and I mean, look at some of the players they've had. I mean, they had Jackson Dart, and he's been an incredible quarterback, especially at the NFL level. One of the best offensive rookies of the year, but not better than Emeka Egbuka. And
Yes.
of course, Ron, I'll let you have this. Where did he go?
OH.
He went to. Oh. You said OH.
Yes. Don't hit me.
I let him have a chance, and he just.
He went to the Ohio State University.
There you go.
The reigning and defending
like
national.
that time against Georgia, they. So, look.
The reigning, defending national champs.
Okay, and you know what? I can't say anything because my team sucks against Georgia, too.
Thank you.
So,
Okay.
Also, I'm just messing with you. And so, also, I saw this thing where it was talking about the top schools by position since the year 2000. So, starting off with apparently quarterback Oklahoma. I can kind of see that. I mean,
I can see that,
Jalen-
but at the same time, there's other ones.
Let me get this. Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, baby. Caleb Williams, Kyler Murray, and Spencer Rattler. Now, I have seen a lot of people say Oklahoma shouldn't be because a lot of those guys did transfer there, and I do kind of see that. I mean, Baker
Yes.
Mayfield did transfer there from Texas Tech. Caleb Williams transferred out of there to go to Southern Cal, and Kyler Murray, I believe, transferred in, but I don't remember.
Yes, he did.
And I mean, Spencer Rattler saying
Transferred
he's a great quarterback from Oklahoma.
He
I feel like it's a
transferred
little
out,
dishonest because
technically.
he sucks now, but whatever. Then I've seen running back university be Alabama, which I can definitely see that. I mean they've had they've had Derrick Henry, the one that did not execute all his wives. Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Jacobs, Najee Harris, and Marcus Ingram. That's his name.
Marcus Ingram.
Marcus Ingram. I can definitely see that. Then wide receiver go on ahead, put on that smile.
The Ohio State University.
Emeka Egbuka, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then Garrett Wilson, Marvis Harrison Jr. Marvin. Jinx, you owe me a coat. Oh, I don't have a coat.
You don't have one today.
No. Marvin Harrison Jr., Chris Olave, and Terry McLaurin?
Yep.
Oh.
He's an Ohio State grad.
I thought he went to Washington for some
No,
reason.
he didn't.
I'm stupid. Whatever. Then tight end is Iowa.
I can see that.
I mean, they've had George Kittle, Sam Laporta, T.J. Hawkinson, Noah Fant, and I don't remember who that first guy. I don't remember what his first name is. D. Clark. I feel bad. I forgot.
It's not Dick Clark. That's a different guy. But moving on to the NFL, I'm going to start off. The Commanders are signing former Chicago Bears,
The Bears.
kicker Jake Moody.
Oh wait, actually, I have one more thing for college, but you do this after. But I'll do it afterwards. So,
But he is he's apparently been signed off of the Bears practice squad. So.
I meant to mention this earlier, but class of 2026 quarterback Tommy Carr has flipped his commitment from Miami of Ohio to Michigan.
They still are gonna
The
suck.
6'4", 195-pound quarterback is the younger brother of Notre Dame quarterback C.J. Carr and the grandson of former Michigan head coach Lloyd Carr.
Ew.
You know what they say?
Ew.
Those who stay will be champions.
Ew. What champions? As far as I'm concerned,
Hail to the... I forgot the words.
the cesspool of the world.
I don't give a damn about the whole state of Michigan, the whole state of Michigan, the whole state of... I'm saying all this while I'm wearing this.
Yeah.
I swear, I love this.
And
I
after-
love this jersey. Oh my god. Rather it be this guy than like literally anybody else on the Detroit squad. Because Gordie Howe, baby, he's the best. I still need his card. Also, after this absolute legend kicked the game-winning field goal against the Chiefs, the Broncos are signing Pro Bowl kicker Will Lutz to a 3-year contract extension through the 2028 season. Will Lutz, at the age of 31, is 17 and 20 in field goal attempts, 24 out of 24 in XPs, and leads the NFL with 4 game-winning kicks this year. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Lutz is in fact him. He kicked the game-winning field goal, and he will against the Chiefs.
Kermit the Frog.
Against hey everybody, I'm Patrick Mahomes, quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, and unfortunately Will Lutz ended up kicking the game-winning field goal against us, and I'm real upset about that because the refs aren't here to help us out anymore. So at the end of the day, it's possible we might miss the playoffs, but hey, if we make it in the postseason, the refs might actually help us.
I ain't gonna help you when she jumps over me.
What? I didn't do anything wrong.
She's a Chiefs fan. Well, Travis Kelce fan.
And you're willingly dating her.
Eh.
You're dating a Cowboys and a Chiefs fan. You are dating evil.
At least I'm not a Team Up North fan.
What?
But at least I'm not a Team Up North fan.
So what? That make you a little more... She said at least she's not a Michigan fan. That would make her a little more redeemable in my eyes. So,
But
okay, actually no, because those guys at the Stadium Series were jackwagons.
yes, but moving on to the Atlanta Falcons, QB Michael Penix Jr. will undergo season-ending ACL surgery for a third time.
Yeah.
The ACL to repair a partially torn ACL. So, yeah, Atlanta starts seeing your season go down a lot more this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's still crazy that, like, I mean, I've heard people say, oh, well, the pick for Penix worked, because if people don't remember, the 2024 draft saw the Falcons taking Penix, I believe, 10th overall or 8th or something like that.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, and everybody and their mothers were shocked by that pick. And I've heard
Well, they
people
were
say,
also shocked about I think they were more shocked about the Bijan Robinson.
well, true, but, we're focusing on Penix.
Yes.
And so, do you think that they might have just might have been correct about picking Penix there, or do you think they were wrong?
I think they were wrong with picking Penix. They didn't really need a quarterback in that incident. Kirk Cousins, even though he has been there, he has been like in the NFL for a long time. He still has potential to do really good.
I mean,
So-
true, but this year he hasn't been great. This year he hasn't really been that great. I mean,
Well, because
we don't like
he
that.
hasn't-
We don't like that.
he's barely played anything.
That's true. That's true. I'll
They've
give you
played
that.
Penix
Point
so much. If they didn't play Penix so much, Kirk Cousins might have had a chance. He
That's
might have
true.
done really good. We just don't know because they don't want to play him.
Hey man, anytime I get to laugh at the Falcons, I will happily take it. Also, one other thing is the fact that for the first time since 2003, the Tennessee Volunteers have defeated the Florida Gators in the swamp.
Yeah, it took you
I
22 years to do it.
Yes! And it's awesome because if you guys don't know, my dad is a Gators fan, and so last night I was working, and during the game, like when we went up like 21-0, I believe. I don't remember. I forgot.
It was like 28-0.
I think it was around then when I called him, because they were playing Rocky Top out in the dining room, and I was standing there just going like woo every 5 minutes, and then I called my dad and I was like, "Hey Dad, how about the game?" He's like, "Don't you have work to do?" And I just started yelling, "Rocky Top, you'll always be up sweet home to me." And so I was just being a general nuisance, and yeah.
Okay.
He still appreciates my existence.
Okay. So moving on, we're gonna get
Love
back.
you, Dad.
We're gonna get back into the NFL
Back
now.
in the
and
NFL, because
let's-
that's the last thing that that's the last thing I kind
Just-
of have for the NCAA.
But let's get back into the NFL. Let's speed it up just a little bit because we're ran a little bit over what we usually do.
We usually go for this long. Most of
Yeah,
our
not
episodes
really
are
so.
over an hour. You egg.
Yes, it's over an hour, but not close enough. Whatever. In Cleveland, the Browns and defensive end Alex Wright have reached an agreement about a few days ago on the 20th on a 3-year, $33 million extension that includes $21 million guaranteed.
What are your thoughts?
He has been really good, and I think keeping him on the team is going to be a great addition, and
Yeah.
I think it's working out pretty well. I mean, we're still one of the... Woo. But we're also still one of the best defenses in the NFL right now, despite
That's
what's
one
been going
thing
on.
that I will always praise the Browns on is the fact that their defense is extremely good. I mean, you have Myles Garrett, obviously, he's the $1 million man. And of course, and your first round pick in Mason Graham has been doing spectacularly.
Surprisingly.
Oh my God, give the man his credit. Speaking of defense, you want to laugh at the Cowboys? You want to laugh at the Cowboys with me? Yeah, you can give me those death glares. They still suck. So, the Dallas Cowboys have released cornerback Kyer Elam. Kyer Elam will go on waivers, but would become a free agent if he goes unclaimed. So, I definitely believe he's going to be going unclaimed because there's a reason why Buffalo was happy for him to go because he sucks. So,
Moving on.
So, obligatory laugh at the Cowboys. However, Dak Prescott he's been doing a great job this season, and he's 160 yards away from passing Tony Romo for first on the all-time Cowboys passing yards leaderboard. That is huge. I hope he doesn't get it because I hate the Cowboys, but I also do hope he gets it because that's great for his career. So, do it or don't do it. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yep. So going over to the other Texas team, the Houston Texans, their running back Joe Mixon, who has a foot injury, is not expected to play for the remainder of the season.
Tough loss.
Mixon suffered the injury during the offseason. It will likely remain on the PUP list through the season.
At least they have Nick Chubb. I wonder who he played for the year before.
Oh, hush you.
Also, I recently saw a statistic that talked about the most sacked quarterbacks this season. So, in other words, people who need to find literally any tackle they can. So starting at the bottom with 21 sacks is Daniel Jones. 21 sacks, Jalen Jones. Don't know why I repeated myself. Guess I thought I messed up, but I didn't. Then Lamar Jackson had 23 sacks. Jalen Hurts had 26. Trevor Lawrence had 26. Justin Fields has had 27. Josh Allen has had 28 sacks. Geno Smith has had 31. Justin Herbert has had 35. Drake May has had 36. And at number one for the most sacked quarterback this year with 41, it breaks my heart to see this, Cameron Ward.
Number one overall pick.
Yeah, it sucks, but I mean, that's what happens when you don't beef up your O-line. And it sucks that this year's going to have a pretty it's going to be a pretty weak tackle class. So unless they can find a gem at some point, I'm not too optimistic for Cameron Ward and the Titans.
Yeah, I gotta look with that. The Saints still plan to release veteran wide receiver Brandon Cooks, but it has not happened yet due to contractual technicalities that the two sides still are working through. His release still is expected to occur in the next coming days. I still have yet to hear anything about it quite yet.
Yeah.
Lions head coach Dan Campbell told reporters that tight end Sam Laporta underwent a back procedure and he is now unlikely to return this season. I don't think it's going to hurt them as much, but it's still going to hurt them just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean he's a damn good weapon for Jared Goff, and I mean that's it ain't gonna be an easy loss for him. In other news, let's see, the former Tennessee Volunteers quarterback Hendon Hooker was released by the Carolina Panthers yesterday, a long while ago. I don't know why I'm covering this now, but yeah, sucks.
I was gonna say that was back on November 5th.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. My bad. I probably should have realized that way earlier. Also, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are signing former 3-time All-Pro special teamer JT Gray to their practice squad per the team. Gray should help with the Bucs' struggles on kickoff coverage. I 100% agree. I mean, the Bucs special teams has been kind of a mess this season, and hopefully, JT Gray can help out with that. I hope he does, because I want my Bucs to not lose the NFC South to the freaking Panthers.
Yeah. The 49ers have voided the guaranteed money in Brandon Ayuk's contract for 2026.
Ooh.
Ayuk and San Francisco look to be heading toward a, quote, stunning divorce, end quote. What the heck? 15 months
Who gets
after...
the kids?
15 months after signing a 4-year extension worth $120 million.
I hope they signed a prenup. Also,
okay.
But yeah, I mean...
Too far.
Probably.
Too soon.
I really, really hope that, this... I just... Man, if they get rid of Ayuk, they need to send him to a team who could use some wide receivers. I don't know, maybe and this is just going to be a shocking one, maybe the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans could use a good wide receiver for their bullpen to help them get a win in the Stanley Cup playoffs and maybe get Lionel Messi into the Eastern Conference Finals. Go Sportsball, run. Also, another news, Josh Allen becomes the first player ever to have his number retired, to have his jersey and number retired by Wyoming football. I mean, no surprise here. He's been one of the best players in the NFL for the past years, and of course, you know, he's probably the best, easily by far. It's not even close. The best player to come out of Wyoming.
Yep. So, last one that I have from the Los Angeles Rams, they are extending Nate Landman. Nate Landman has agreed to a 3-year, $22.5 million contract extension with $15.6 million guaranteed.
So the last thing that I have is an updated mock draft for the NFL. This came out a day ago from somebody called the Draft Geek on Instagram. So there's a shout out. So with the first overall pick, it is projected that the Tennessee Titans would take this pick, and they would select Arvell Reese, a linebacker from Ohio State. Then at the second overall pick,
they don't need defensive end. Don't take him. I don't want him to go to a horrible school or a horrible team.
Arvell Reese would honestly help them, but whatever.
Not really on defense. They need more offense than defense.
I mean, their defense is pretty crappy.
Yes.
Then at the second pick, the New York Giants would select Jordan Tyson, wide receiver from Arizona. This makes sense in my opinion. They could definitely use some more offensive weapons for Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
Or Jameis Winston. Famous Jameis. Either or.
Yeah.
It's
hilarious.
Because Jackson Dart can't rely on Cam Scatterbo and just that's it. Because Scatterbo is good. And Jackson Dart does have his legs, but it is possible that we could be seeing Malik Neighbors one out at some point. So I guess they're just trying to, they're just trying to reload the chamber as much as they can here. And then at the third overall pick, the Cleveland Browns would select Caleb Downs, safety from Ohio State. I think this makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, defense isn't really the Browns' issue. They need offense.
But we also need somebody to take up our lost safety, because right now the safety
true.
The safety that we traded away, or his backup, is currently not doing too well right now.
Yeah, so there is that. I will give you that. Then at the fourth spot, the New Orleans Saints would select Carnell Tate, wide receiver from Ohio State. So we already got three Ohio State guys going in the top four, which makes sense. Ohio State guys do work out. Then at the fifth spot, and this is surprising to me, the New York Jets would select Ty Simpson from Alabama. I guess that does make sense, but I figured Mendoza would go higher, but Oh, speaking of which, at the sixth spot, Fernando Mendoza would go to would go to Las Vegas.
Yeah, there you go.
I think this does make sense because Geno Smith has been terrible this season, and because they have some decent pieces, and Ashton Genty could use some help, but I think there is that, but I think they should also try to focus on tackle because that O-line is awful.
Yep. To round out the final 5 spots,
in the top 10.
In the top 10, the Washington Commanders would select Ruben Bain Jr., an edge rusher out of Miami University.
That makes sense. Their defense sucks since he's a damn good edge rusher.
Yep. The Los Angeles Rams would take the 7th overall pick with Spencer Fano, an offensive tackle from Utah.
That's a good idea.
The Cincinnati Bengals would select Peter Woods, an inside defensive lineman, I think it is, from Clemson.
Sure, but I think O-line might be a little smart because look at Joe Burrow. The man's dying back, has been dying back there for the past years. So I think fortifying the trenches is a better idea. But I think, but their defensive line sucks too. So I think that's also smart.
At number 9, the Arizona Cardinals would select Jeremiah Love, a running back out of Notre Dame.
I can see that. He's a fantastic running back, and they could definitely use some more offense.
And To round out the top 10 overall picks, the Miami Dolphins would select Mansour Delane, a cornerback out of LSU.
All right, so keeping it going here, if at the 12th spot, the Minnesota Vikings would select Jermod McCoy, a cornerback from your Tennessee Volunteers. I think this does kind of make sense because their corners are iffy, but I personally would love to see him come to Tampa Bay because we could use some better corners and of course bias. Then at 13, the Dallas Cowboys would select David Bailey, edge rusher from Texas Tech. I mean, that also makes sense. You want to get somebody to replace Micah Parsons. T.J. Parker at the 14th spot would go, an edge rusher from Clemson, would go to the Baltimore Ravens. Then at the 15th spot, this is an interesting pick in my opinion. I think I want to get Ron's opinion on this. The Kansas City Chiefs would select Kenyon Sadek, a tight end from Oregon. What are your thoughts?
They're definitely going to need another tight end. They definitely need another tight end because Travis Kelce is getting towards, in my opinion, he's starting to get towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does it in the next couple of years or so.
He's kind of washed, let's be honest here. Jasmine has very big opinions on this.
And he's going to want to focus on trying to live his life rather than
hang out with the Swiftoids. So continuing on, Keldrick Folk, an edge rusher from Auburn, would go to Carolina in the 16th spot, which,
might help. But
can I see the baby?
You can try to get her.
I got her.
Hang on to her. So the Houston Texans with the 17th overall pick would take Francis Mauigoa, an offensive lineman from Miami. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is going to be hard to say. The Detroit Tigers. Detroit.
She wants you.
I know. The Detroit Lions would take Vega Ione.
Vega.
And I don't know.
Yeah, I think you got it.
An interior offensive lineman out of Penn State, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers would take Sonny Styles, a linebacker out of Ohio State. He's been really good.
I think that's a good idea because I mean, oh my god, because I mean, our main linebacker, I completely forgot his name. I feel like such a horrible human being now. I'm trying to what's his name?
Just move on from it.
Nope, I have to. I'm in too deep now. Levante David. How did I forget his name? I feel like a horrible person. I mean, Levante David, he's been our longest tenured player for a very long time. That was a very redundant sentence.
Yes.
But I mean, he's been around for a while, and he's still very damn good. Levante's still very good, but the problem is that, with him being around as long as he is, age is probably going to start taking him down a bit, and, it's good to get a linebacker to get some heat off of him and stuff like that, and our defense is being kind of rough, so I think that's a great idea.
Yep.
And I mean, like I said, Ohio State guys do work out, so.
Okay.
I mean, unless you're, nah, I'm kidding, not CJ Stroud, he's great.
The next pick in the NFL draft would be Pittsburgh Steelers with Mekhi Lemon, a wide receiver out of Southern Cal.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Your Cleveland Browns would choose Caleb Lemieux for an offensive tackle out of Utah.
Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
And the Buffalo Bills, with the 22nd pick, would choose Denzel Boston, a wide receiver out of Washington.
That does make sense. Their receivers have been, they haven't been great. I mean, Keon Coleman's been kind of a mess and stuff like that. So I think it's a pretty solid idea.
I think it might work out for him.
Yeah. Then continuing on, Caden. 23rd spot, the San Francisco 49ers would select Caden Proctor, offensive lineman from Alabama. Not a bad idea. I mean, their O line's been pretty rough, and I mean that's one of the reasons why.
But Caden Proctor.
I mean, he's not a bad O liner.
He's not bad, but there's a lot better people out there.
All right, I guess so. Then at the 24th spot, the Dallas Cowboys would select Caden McDonald, inside defensive lineman from Ohio State. That does make sense. Then at 25, at the 25th spot, the Los Angeles Chargers would select Jennings Dunker, inside offensive lineman from Iowa. And then at the 26th spot, the Bears would select Cassius Howell, edge rusher from Texas A&M.
Yeah.
And then at the 27th spot, the Seattle Seahawks would select Brandon Cisse, cornerback from South Carolina.
That would work out pretty good.
Not a bad idea.
The 28th overall pick will go to New York Jets, and they would choose wide receiver Casey Concepcion out of Texas A&M. Los Angeles Rams, with the 29th overall pick, would choose Chris Bell, a wide receiver out of Louisville. Hello. The New England Patriots would have the 30th overall pick, and they would pick Colton Hood, a cornerback out of Tennessee. The Eagles would have the 31st overall pick. Okay, I know. They would choose Keith Abney II, a cornerback from Arizona State. And finally, with the 32nd overall pick, the Denver Broncos would get C.J. Allen, a linebacker out of Georgia.
Jasmine, what are your thoughts? Please tell the people.
Careful.
Tell the people, what are your thoughts?
Careful. Let her.
Okay.
Put her down for a minute.
So, yeah, I think that's an interesting draft. So that's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, just like, subscribe, beat the absolute crap out of the notification bell. Tell all your friends. Ow, abuse. And I think there's only one more thing to say, and that is, in fact, go Sportsball.